Middle East towards the United Kingdom, we're now learning that far-right activist Tommy Robinson has addressed one of the biggest right-wing demonstrations in recent history of the United Kingdom. Speaking in central London, Robinson has told a crowd of more than 100,000 supporters that his movement marks the start of a counter-revolution against globalism. Listen in.
Today is the spark of a cultural revolution in Great Britain. This is our moment. The traitors in Westminster are watching right now. They are cowering. They are trembling. Keir Starmer, the Labour Party, the revolution has started. For the last 20 years, there has been a globalist revolution. They have attacked the family, they've attacked Christianity, they've opened the borders, they've flooded our nations. We are the start of a counter-revolution. They managed to silence us for 20 years with labels. Racist, Islamophobe, far right. They don't work anymore. The dam has well and truly burst.
The United Kingdom rally, filled with English and British flags, also met with a massive policing operation. Now, according to the Metropolitan Police, they have deployed 1,000 officers and drafted in an extra 500 from other forces across the country to contain tensions and keep the far-right protesters separate from a smaller counter-demonstration by Stand Up to Racism group. But throughout the day, clashes have broken out. Officers reported having to intervene as some demonstrators threw bottles and tried to break through police cordons. The Metropolitan Police has stated that 26 officers were injured, 4 of them quite seriously, as they tried to hold back parts of the crowd. Police horses and protective equipment were also brought in to restore order. That's not all. Elon Musk has also virtually joined the far-right rally in central London, which was organized by Tommy Robinson. Now, addressing the crowd at the far-right rally, Musk warned that violence is inevitable, telling them that they must fight back or die. Listen in.
So I really think there's got to be a change of government in Britain. And you can't, we don't have another 4 years or whatever the next election is. It's too long. Something's got to be done. There's got to be a dissolution of Parliament and a new vote held. This is a message to the reasonable centre, the people who ordinarily wouldn't get involved in politics, who just want to live their lives. They don't want. They're quiet. They just go about their business. My message is to them: if this continues, that violence is going to come to you. You will have no choice. You're in a fundamental situation here where whether you choose violence or not, violence is coming to you. You either fight back or you die.
Additionally, anti-immigration protesters have voiced their frustration over illegal migration and what they call government mismanagement. Protesters have stated that they feel that their freedoms are under threat, and they've called for more support for veterans and local communities. Take a look.
It is very important. They need to stop illegal migration into this country. It's tearing us apart. You know, we've got people here, the veterans, our veterans that fought for us and for our freedom, lying on the streets with nowhere to go. But you pop in, get rid of your documents, and you can have a 4-star hotel, free board and lodge.
I think the current government is a disgrace. It's taking away our liberties and making up things as they go along. I've never seen a government so disorganised.
Meanwhile, in response to the anti-immigration far-right rally, a small anti-racism protest has also been organized in central London by Stand Up to Racism group. Now, around 5,000 people attended this event, while police worked to keep them separated from the far-right crowd of over 100,000, preventing any clashes. Now, the anti-racism protesters stated that they marched to make their voices heard and to oppose far-right activism. Listen in.
A very dangerous moment. For the past 3-4 weeks, we've witnessed the far right mobilising up and down the country outside refugee accommodation mainly in a campaign of intimidation against refugees and migrants and Muslims in this country. Tommy Robinson today is going to try and get thousands of those people out on the streets. He's calling it a big free speech festival, but we know this is just an excuse for him to spread some of the worst hatred, division and racism that exists in our society.
You see, I mean, they're taking out all the troubles of the country, which are not caused by immigrants or refugees or anything like that. The trouble of the country is basically the people who've got the power and the money. They're being more and more greedy. The difference between the wealthy and the poor is growing by the day. It's much more now than it was even 10 years ago. And in this situation, it's very easy to blame minorities.
With us on the broadcast is Dr. Satoru Nagao, fellow at the Hudson Institute, joining us live from Tokyo. Thank you so much for taking out time speaking to us on NewsX World. We've just heard what Tommy Robinson had to say. He stated that his protest is it's a counter-revolution against globalism. We've seen the rise of far-right in the United States of America, especially with Donald Trump coming to power a couple of months back once again. We're seeing similar such movements crop up in the United Kingdom. We've seen certain protests also happen in Japan, from where you're joining us. How do you read into the rise of anti-globalism and the right?
Yes, it is interesting because the anti-global movement is very global recently. But anyway, the anti-globalism movement is indeed, it has continued for a long time. But in the past, this is the slogan of the left-wing protesters. But now that we are facing the right-wing protesters say the same thing. So, but there is a common situation between the left-wing protests against the globalism in the past, and right-wing protesters demonstrate their way in now. Indeed, which is this demonstration including something violence against others. Why did it has happened? Because protesters are gathered. But at the same time, this situation is a very ideal situation for the people who want to commit violence to enjoy the violence against others. So that's why this kind of protest or demonstration activity is not just a part of the democracy, but also the law and order situation. So indeed, we have to distinguish real protester and or someone who want to commit violence. That is a matter, I think, so because this is different issue indeed. Thank you very much.
All right, Dr. Nagao, I'd like to thank you for taking out time.